Good morning. A 14-year-old boy has allegedly stabbed 3 teachers, including his tutor, and 2 fellow pupils with a knife at a school in Cadiz province. National Police and emergency services rushed to the school, which was evacuated as a precautionary measure, as the minor was arrested shortly after the incident at the Elena García Armada Secondary School in Jerez de la Frontera at around 8:25 a.m. yesterday morning. According to sources close to the case, as soon as he arrived at school, the teenager took 2 knives out of his backpack and began the attack, which the teachers and his own classmates tried to prevent. At the moment, the extent of the injuries is unknown, although one of the teachers did suffer an eye injury. The judge investigating alleged payments made by Barcelona to the vice president of the refereeing committee has decreed that current president Juan Laporta and 2 other former presidents could stand trial for bribery. Any court case would severely jeopardise Barcelona's participation in the Champions League next season. It could also affect the various loans they have out on the €1.5 billion rebuilding of their Nou Camp stadium. The club were originally being investigated for the crime of corruption. However, this has now escalated over a technicality. Jose Maria Enriquez Negriera was the vice president of the Spanish Football Federation's refereeing committee and is therefore considered to have been a civil servant during the time the payments were made to him. As a result, Laporta and 2 other former presidents could be charged with bribery on the basis that they were allegedly buying favours from government officials. Barcelona paid Negriera the sum of €7.3 million from 2001 to 2018 for what the club claimed were reports on referees. He was vice president of the refereeing committee at the time, with influence over which referees were promoted to officiate top games and which were demoted. According to documents reproduced by local media, the investigation has concluded that it was logical to understand that Barcelona were trying to buy influence. A court case could see UEFA suspend Barcelona's licence to play in the Champions League next season. And tensions have flared between Britain and Spain ahead of an upcoming European summit as UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak demands a focus on illegal migration. The latest meeting of the European political community next week will see leaders from 47 countries gather in Granada. The British Prime Minister is reportedly pushing for the summit to make legal migration its top priority as he grapples with the small boats crisis in the Channel. But the Spanish hosts are said to be resisting the demand and instead want the meeting to focus on artificial intelligence, the war in Ukraine, and graduate mobility. According to UK media, French officials have been drafted in to mediate in the diplomatic row between Britain and Spain. The British are starting to cause havoc over the next EPC, a foreign diplomat said. The European political community was formed after Russia's invasion of Ukraine last year. It brings together both European Union member states and those European nations that are outside the Brussels-based bloc. That's the latest from TRE. I'm Bob James.